Welcome to the channel, folks. Clunkers and Classics, where we are back on the 67 Camaro. Okay, I think I'm going to title this video one step forward, two steps back. Let's get back on track. Any build, you're going to run into these problems where you spend a lot of time fixing something and it's not fixed, or something else happens. So I ordered a bunch of parts and I got a bunch in. Okay, spend a lot of time with these junk valve covers, stripping them down, painting them, and then come to find out this one was cracked or busted. When I tightened it down here, I JB welded it, but all this is oil. It's all leaking oil out of here. They could be warped really bad. They were both jammed into each other, pried them apart. So, need new valve covers. So I got them in. Got these off eBay. They look pretty good. They're not all shiny, so they'll leak. Painted flat black with a little chrome on there. It comes with some rubber grommets and bolts to bolt it down and all that, and valve cover gaskets in here. I'll have to check if I got some gasket sealer maker stuff, and we'll go ahead and put them on there. Hopefully solve that leak. The transmission was perfect in the 80, when this engine transmission were in the 80 Z28. Sat for actually years in the junkyard, started right up, went into gear, no leaks. Sat out here for months, started it up, went in gear, no leaks. Put it in this, leaking all over the place. And all I did was put a new chrome transmission pan on it because I wanted the drain plug so I could change the fluid, because this had water in the transmission fluid from busted radiator, I guess. So I ground down all the chrome around the edge, sealer, gasket sealer, everything, put it on there, and it's all leaking around the front, the corner up here. So we got to take that apart, which isn't the easiest now, because the bolts on the front are all underneath the trans cross member. So we got to take the trans cross member apart from the frame, move it to get at them bolts. Anyway, just got another. I was going to do this anyway, was change the fluid, but I wouldn't have to take the pan off to do it because I got the drain plug now. But anyway, I got a gasket and a filter for that, so we got that to do. We also got the wiring. Half the fuse block is not lighting up when you turn the key. We may get to that. We need to get to it. I bought I'll show it to you here in a little bit. I bought a retro car stereo that fits in the two holes on the factory dash, so you don't have to cut it up and put in a square deal. And then the two dual speaker system that goes up in the factory spot underneath the dash for the front. I just went ahead and bought that, although it would probably be better to have doors in the speakers or the kick panels, but we'll put two up there in the dash for now. So I got all that. That's in the house. I'll bring that out here in a little bit. I got a new roll of chrome, stick-on chrome for the door panels. I should probably turn this light on here. Hang on. Okay. Go along this line here. The emblem goes there. And then the same with the line on the back too, that are mounted in the car. That's where the stick-on chrome's gonna go. We'll put that on there. Here's where the two emblems go on there. We'll stick them on there, get them ready to go. Two coat hooks, and they're I looked around for some coat hooks. I just didn't have any that were the same or anything. So anyway, got them, and got two more window winders and two pull handle. These are to open the door from the inside. Got two of them. Okay. I don't know what else I got here. I don't know if we'll do any more body work. I got a little bit of body work on this and to prime that cowl panel, and then the last few episodes we've been doing all the body work. So all that's in black. Well, this is pretty slick, the top half. Mainly the bottom half of the door's got to be all blocked down and reprimed, and the roof got to be blocked down and reprimed. And this door here, this fender here, we did that last episode. Had that big old dent in it. That's all slicked out. We got to slick out this door. Okay, so let me go get the stereo and show you that. I'll be right back. Okay, so I bought this. This is not from a sponsor. So custom model sound, got it off of eBay. It's supposed to be 200 watts, but I unpacked everything. So this is basically separate, but you can buy it as a package deal. Oh no, I guess it is by the same company. Okay, so this is the deal that fits underneath the dash. Factory would just have one cheesy speaker in there and an AM radio. So we got that. Okay, and these are specific to the car. I don't know where it said it. Fits 400 models. They custom fit. They custom make each one to fit. This one fits 67, 68 Camaro and Firebird. Okay. It's got owner's manual and all that stuff. And it comes with a bezel. There's the bezel. And then when it's turned off, I think that hopefully that's just a piece of plastic on there you can peel off. It just looks like an AM thing. But when it's on, it lights up. It's AM, FM. Yeah, see, 67, 68 Camaro. So there's all the wire deals there. Maybe those are the speakers. That's the power. And all the little knobs and everything for it. Yeah, the inner knobs are just cosmetic, because you just turn it a little bit there to make the digital number move. Okay, so we're going to install that in the empty spot. I'll show you the old one. Here's the old, the old original radio, AM radio. See all that pitted metal. See, so even that was all messed up. And then the buttons, all the metal's all just nasty. But yeah, does it work? Who knows? Yeah, I think it's only got, I don't know, power negative and one speaker. Really just a mono, not even a... So I don't know if that's worth anything. I got a bunch of these radios. I should put them on eBay, I guess. But anyway, big old heavy thing there. Okay, so I think that's about all we got for now. Now there's some other stuff coming, but I got a little bit of stuff coming for a few cars here. So oh, we got to bleed the brakes. I've already bled them a couple of times. You got to keep going over and over and over them again. Oh, got a carburetor coming, but I'm not sure. I bought a knockoff Rochester Chinesium one for 87 bucks. I don't know if I want to take all this apart and plumb on a quadrajet. It's all different, throttle and fuel lines and all that, and but if it comes down to it, I will. I'll maybe mess with this carburetor a little bit more. I got the original one, or not the original, that shot. One that a subscriber gave me, and maybe take it apart, clean it, put it on, try it, because this is acting all weird now, like it's not idling, and it was working perfect in the other car. Put it on the 80 Z28, run perfect. Same thing with the, you know, switched over to a different car and for some reason it doesn't work right. So I don't know what caused that. So we may mess with the carburetor this video, but let's try to get the 2 steps back fixed on some of this stuff and start going forward with a stereo, and that's probably about it. Stereo, and get the speaker or the door panels ready, and other than that it's backtracking, trying to fix stuff that should have been fixed before. So anyway, I wanted to get the stereo or video started while it's still a little bit light out. It's fixing to get dark. I think it was 98 degrees out today. It was hot. I pretty much just slept all day, so I'm just gonna be out here at night working on this. I have to get some lights out for, see if I can light up the interior to get that stereo in there, but I'll probably start with the valve covers first if I got some gasket sealer. Okay, well, let me get started with something and I'll be back. Okay guys, I put on these valve covers last night. Figure I'll show it to you in the light. Okay, what the problem was, I think, you see this bracket for this transmission dipstick tube holder? I had a big thick washer there, because that bolt, it's the shortest one I could find, and it wouldn't go in all the way, to a couple of threads loose, so I had a big oversized washer that was tall, and what it was doing was hitting the top of that valve cover. So when I tightened it down here, it broke in here, and of course leaking out the oil because it had a big gap there. So that's what it was. So anyway, up this side on, I needed a new one of these air breathers. And now this side, this little homemade bracket I made here was too far over here for this valve cover to fit. So I put a little shim right there and shimmed it out, so now that fits perfect as well. So anyway, that's one job out of the way, and Nikki's over there. She's ready to go for a ride in the car. Nikki wants to go for a ride in the car? Yep. We're fixing to go to Walmart. So, perfect weather right now for a couple hours to work on it before the 100-degree heat hits. But I gotta, when I run out and do errands, Nikki wants to come with me in the car. She goes bananas. And I can't go in the middle of the day and leave her in a hot car. So I gotta go early in the morning, and then I can leave her in the car while I go into Walmart or whatever. So I miss out on work here, but we'll come back to this at some point today. We'll do the transmission gasket, pan gasket next, and some other little stuff. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, right in the middle of changing out this transmission pan gasket. It was leaking around here. I believe, I think it was here. But anyway, this was ground down enough. Good gasket, good seal and everything. Just not sure why it was leaking there. Other than the shifter cable bolts into them two, and the bolts were a little too long, and one of them wasn't tightened up all the way. Well, it was tightened up. It's just, let me see here. That's one of them. See, they require a bunch of washers. This is what was on it when it was in the ADC 28. That one there is okay. It's got enough washers, but the other one doesn't. So I got to round up some washers. Fixing to put on making a big old mess here. Fixing to put on the new filter that came with the gasket. It's all milky, but not as bad as it used to be. Yeah, I should have taken out the torque converter when I had the engine transmission out, but anyway, I plan to change it a few times anyway. That's the old gasket there. So we're just going to seal this one up and put it on there. And I don't know, maybe this gasket was, this was a thin plastic one. This one's a thicker copper one. So maybe that'll make a difference. I don't know what it was, but it was all leaking around that one corner. So we'll seal it up and put that in. Yesterday I was blocking all this area here, this door, and right up here. But what happened was it started raining. It was about 4 or 5 in the morning before the sun came up, and it was just nice and calm and everything. All of a sudden it just started, not real hard, just spitting out. So anyway, what I wanted to do was at least prime all this area, and then I can unmask it and get inside, and we'll do the stereo. Because if not, I'd have to remask it, and I don't like remasking and doing that stuff 2, 3, 4 times. But anyway, that's the next thing after this transmission pan gasket, and as we'll get that stereo in there. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, I finished up that transmission pan gasket earlier, put that all back together. I went in and took a little nap. Now it's early in the morning, so we're gonna put in the stereo. I think I showed, it's been a few days, but I think I showed everything for the stereo and the speakers. This new wiring harness, we're just checking the is all that came with the for the stereo. This is power for the battery, and then this one's the ignition. So if I turn the key on, and that turns on there. So okay, so we got power. We got to run a, I guess, a ground wire to wherever, somewhere where there's ground, and so we'll run a ground wire and get them 3 wires ready. And I think that's it, right? Other than like a power antenna or something that. Yeah. 2 power wires, ground wire, and then a power antenna, which we don't need. Okay, so, well, hang on. That's already got a power. We just clip that to the, we don't have to make a wire. We just clip that to a ground underneath the dash. Okay, so then that one be ready. We just plug it in. Okay, but first thing I want to do is here's the 2 speakers here that replaces. I can't see it very good. I'm gonna get in there and figure out how to take it off. But yeah, it's right below this. And figure out, this is what it came with. So I don't know exactly how that goes in, but figure it out when we get the old one off. So yeah, let me take the old one off, get this in there, and then these will plug right into the second harness right here. They got the same plugs. These are just all the speakers, so we can plug them in there. Now the rear speakers, the wires that came with it, they're only going to go, they're not going to be not going to be long enough, so we're going to have to extend some wires up underneath here and in here, and mark them left, right, positive, negative, and we'll get them ready with these 2 here, so we can splice all that in. So we'll get these 2 plugs spliced in, and then then the problem we got is an antenna, right? We can always plug the antenna in later right there. But there's those 2 plugs there, and I guess that's for like a auxiliary preamp stuff, which we're not going to hook nothing up for that. But yeah, we got to figure out where the antenna, some have them on the quarter panel. This one, I don't know what it had. There's an aftermarket fender there, and a different fender from a different car, used fender on this one. I think I might have filled one in here. But I'll probably just use one of those aftermarket little stick-on antennas for now. Be nice to have original factory antenna sticking up somewhere, but I'm not sure. Definitely probably put one on the fender instead of the quarter panel. Okay, well, let me take off that top speaker, and I'll show you, and we'll get that one ready to screw in there. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, so here's the factory one, just held in by one screw bolt there. So I put that bracket on there, and we're gonna stick that up in there. Just held on by, I guess that one right there. This kind of deals right in the way, but I managed to get it. Oh, there's Kitty. I didn't see her last night. What you doing, Kitty? Where you been the last couple days? She probably wants some milk. Did you want some milk and some food? Okay, so yeah, let me bolt that in there. I think we can run the wires out through here so we can connect them, and then run the rear speaker wires. Oh, we gotta find a spot for that negative. I was gonna say I could probably put it right in there, but we'll figure it out. Okay, I'll be back. Okay. So I extended those rear speakers wires here. They'll come up there. You know, there's a glove box liner going in, so probably go over top of it, keep them from hanging down. Okay, so here's all the speakers, front and the back. That's ready to plug in. Then here's the power. I put the ground right there, drilled the hole there, cleaned it up. Yeah, I got the speaker mounted in there. So, and here's again one of these. I bought a bunch of these. I don't know what they were, $1.50 each or $2 or something. I bought like 10 of them. Anyway, that will plug into here, and we can run that wherever. Usually put it up and stick it on the windshield or pillar right in here. So I think that'll be it. But see, the only thing is we gotta come in through this way. We gotta go in this way through the back. You know, compared to the newer stereos, they go in through the front. You just plug these in, stick it in there, screw it in. But no, we gotta go through the back. Those are awful big holes there, but anyway, we'll figure it out. That's all we got left to do, is just to screw them on there. They give a thing for a back brace. I don't know if I'll put that on there or not. And then little deal for an adapter. And then a bunch of, I don't know if these are different ones or what. But we'll get this bolted in there first, and then we'll put on those knobs and test it. Okay, so that should be about it. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, guys, keep working. Those are just all saved. Trying to find the front and rear balance fade.
If you have unfiled taxes or this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs?
Okay, here we go. Balance left, right. No, come on. There's fade. Well, I don't know how to do the fade then. 410 front.
About your catering business.
Right. Yeah, it works. Pretty easy to install. It just took a little bit of time, but not much brain work. And yeah, these are fake here. It's just these two front ones work. Okay, well, we'll move on to something else. I'll be back. Okay, guys, I got a product to show you, a car cover, and we're going to put it on the 77 Malibu here. I just washed it. We'll let it drip dry here for a little bit before we put the car cover on. But they make it to order, made to order, whichever car you have. So I told them this one here, because for some reason this car's not selling, so we're going to just keep it undercover. Yeah, if anybody wants it, close to 15 grand. Okay, so it come in this package here. I just started unwrapping it. Then it comes in its own bag here. So you undone that. You're supposed to put it on the car and then roll it out. So it comes with here's a little discount code. I'll put a link and everything in the description below the video. Okay, you can see that it's got for boats, skidoos, instructions how to put it on. So you're supposed to, it's actually marked front, and it's got straps, and it's got a lock. And here's a lock here, and here's the straps. So we can put that on there, because the biggest problem with car covers is they blow away. You know, the wind will catch them and they'll break loose. So it's not supposed to do that, because it's made for the car, to fit the car, and they got the straps, and we'll find out. Okay, so the main points on this are it's by Seal Skin Covers. Oh, did it have it on here? Yeah, Seal Skin Covers. Okay, guaranteed fit, 100% waterproof, lifetime warranty. It's thick to protect against hail. It says hail, UV, sunlight, and snow. Breathable fabric, and it helps prevent trapped moisture, mold, and mildew. And it's got a soft fleece interior lining, so it's not supposed to scratch the car. You know, if the wind blows it around, it's not going to be like a piece of sandpaper on top of your car. You know, some people have asked me before, why don't you put car covers on your cars? Well, because of that. They're abrasive and they blow away. Anyway, so their patent pending process is called Seal Tech. Patent pending performance grade Oxford polyester system, which protects against what I said there, the hail, SUV, snow, or UV, snow, stuff like that. And it helps prevent the moisture from trapping inside of it. So yeah, that's about it. Okay, well, I'm going to let the Malibu dry for a little bit, and we'll put that on there. See how good it fits, and we'll go from there. Okay guys, I just laid it out there, and fixing to put it. We've got stretchy stuff on the front and the back. You wrap them around the bumper, it looks pretty good. Okay, then I guess you put the straps in here. Got a little clip there. We'll have to go around it and yeah, looks pretty good. Okay, let me put them straps on there and I'll be back. Okay, so I put the straps from there to the other side, here in the middle, and here in the back right there. So that should secure it. We'll just have to wait for a big windstorm. But yeah. Okay, well, she'll stay covered up there for a while, so we'll keep track of it. And yeah, like I said, if you're in need of a good quality car cover, protect your ride, check the description below the video. Okay. Okay, guys. So here's the roll of stick-on chrome. Goes right in here. And just cut off sections, stick it on there. And I did that side. It'll look just like that. Okay, so let me do this one, and then we'll do the front panels and get them ready for after the car's painted, and we'll put them on. Okay, guys, there's the chrome on there and the emblem, stick-on emblems. Yeah, it's 11 bucks for that whole roll. There's the other one. They're all kind of dusty, but can't put them on until after it's painted. And we put the door panels and the door locks and stuff on it, and then we can put these on permanently. Anyway, that's that done. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, guys, trying to get some sanding done and getting it ready to prime, but you got all this dew here. Everything's soaked and it keeps dripping down. It's not getting moisture on here, but it is on the tops, so I can't prime over that. Even if I wipe it down, it's just going to stay damp. So I'm going to prime the bottom of this fender, this door. See, it's coming down again here, and this quarter panel here. And then I was getting this ready. I stripped it all down, and then I went ahead and put some more phosphoric acid on some of these rust spots. And then there's a ding there, ding there, ding there, and a ding there. So it's gonna have to be sanded and reprimed anyway. So I'll put a couple of coats of primer on that, and then I think we'll call it a video, because so yeah, let me get some primer mixed up and I'll be back. Okay, guys, I just got a little bit of primer on there. I'm going to leave the phosphoric acid open, and we just need a little bit more work to do on that before it's ready to paint. Same with this door, just put a little bit of primer on there, a couple thin coats. Next video we may get it ready to paint. pretty much just the roof and the door on that side just needs to be blocked down and primed and be ready to paint. And then we got to go over some other spots. But then after the wiring's done, we need to put on that hood and strip it. Put that hood on, make sure everything fits good, strip it down, fix a few dents on it, prime it. All underneath is done. We already, I think I 415'd it and then painted it black. But I got to work on this wiring harness here, so I don't want to have that hood in the way. I would like to got to that harness today, this video, but we still got quite a bit done. I said I think I'll title this video "One Step Forward, Two Steps Back." Let's try to get ahead. So I think hopefully got the valve cover situation done, transmission pan from leaking. Got a stereo in there. Yeah, it's quite a bit. I don't know what it was, 340 with tax and everything. That stereo, I don't really do that to most cars. I just use up a stereo I find around here, but I figure, well, I'll get one that fits. It doesn't look like it's butchered in there and everything. Make sure it looks good and working, and speakers and all that. So yeah, spent a little bit. I did add this up, but I think we'll wait for the right video to go over what I got in it so far. More than I thought, but still not bad for what the car's going to be worth, I think. So we got to do can't leave anything undone, and looks missing and stuff like that. Everything's just got to be pretty good on it. So the only major thing I got to do is get some seats, and I don't know where I'm going to get some seats yet, but maybe they'll come up. I don't know what seats will fit that. The back seat mainly. I can put in any buckets, but the back seat's got to fit pretty good. So, and there's two different sizes for this. There's shorter ones for the deluxe interior because the back door panels stick out, you know, I don't know, that far or something like that. I got one of the old panels in the old mobile home there, but I just use the flat panels, which takes a longer seat. So I don't know if a Nova one would fit, but I'll have to figure out something. Okay, so yeah, so the wiring, I'll take the dash apart again and redo that ignition wire or ignition switch, and put the old one in there and just double check, make sure it works. It seemed to work when I did the radio there, the two radio wires. One was on, and you turn the key and the other one comes on. So it worked for that. But then again, I do got it jumped. But anyway, we'll do that next video. When we get that done, and I round up a seat for it, and bleed the brakes, we can drive it around here. Test drive it. So anyway, just rambling at this point, but anyway, it's coming along. It ain't gonna take much to get it ready to paint, but like I said, I want to fix everything else before I paint it. I can go without the seats. I can put them in after it's painted, I guess, but not too much more. Well, okay guys, subscribe if you haven't, like, comment, share, become a member if you want to help the channel out. Got a few pissed off people there that some guys, oh, I'm going to unsubscribe because these member-only, you keep putting these member-only videos in my feed and all this shit. Well, I don't put anything in your feed. That's YouTube does it. And for members, if you become a member, $1.99 a month to help the channel out, I'll put the videos a day or two ahead of when they're scheduled to come up, which is like right now be Wednesdays and Saturdays is what I shoot for. That's why I'm going to end this video now, get it uploaded by Wednesday. So you get a sneak preview, and then I make a couple, I've made some other videos which for members only, and eventually I add to them or put them out as regular. So there's that too. So now why you get all pissed off at that? So or a couple people do. So yeah, if you want to help out the channel, it's I think I get $1.30 out of the $1.99. I never did it before because it used to be like 50-50. YouTube would get $1 and I'd get $1, and it's it ain't shit, guys. I got 19 members. I make $20 a month extra, which ain't much, but it's something. Because YouTube doesn't pay that much. I probably make more money on sponsors than I do per video than I do on the value of the products from sponsors than I do on YouTube. So anyway, it's coming along. Yeah, like I said from the beginning when I first started this channel, these are builds that I would do with or without YouTube. So I'm just documenting the build for my own purposes and for you guys to watch. I make a few bucks, and because probably got a lot of new members or whatever since then. But yeah, I was tired of watching these other YouTubers get a car, bring it home or whatever, and then it disappears. You never see it again. And you're like, what the hell happened to that car? Vice Grip garages, well, a lot of them are like that. But Vice Grip garage, I remember them getting that Firebird there, drove it from Michigan in the middle of winter, and then the next week it's a different car and no mention of the Firebird ever again. It's like, what happened to it? So I thought, when I make a channel, I'm going to go from the build start to finish, and I'm going to finish it. And I've been pretty good at it, except for that 69 van that's sitting out there, but we'll get to it. And the 81 there, I'll probably paint it. But yeah, this is a channel for somebody that likes to watch a build from start to beginning and see a car actually finished, instead of, rigged together to drive 600 miles home and never see it again. And a lot of them, like Vice Grip Garage, a lot of his cars are just absolute junk. I was watching a bunch of people on, the one guy that bought that greenish Corvette, Jerome's Chrome. Oh shit, that guy, everything was wrong with that Corvette. And then he, he spent so much money trying to get the thing running and fixed, and they finally pulled the engine. It's cracked. That's why it was running shitty and hot. Yeah, a big old crack right in the engine. And a bunch of them. A bunch of people that bought Vice Grip Garage's cars there, the cars are just junk. And why is because he drives them home. It's complete opposite of what you're supposed to do. If you're going to go buy a car to restore, you don't go there and just get the thing barely running and then drive it 600 miles home and having it overheat and wheel bearings going out and catching on fire and stuff on the way home. Go there with a trailer, pick it up, bring it home, put it in the shop, put it like my car, and let it sit here for a year and build it. don't drive it, because once you get home, the engine shot, rear end shot, transmission shot, everything's shot on it, because you drove it 600 or 1,000 miles home, and you just, for a video. That's all it is for entertainment. It's the craziest thing. I mean, yeah, that's the way he makes money, but for car wise, to save a car, or to build a car, restore a car, it's not the way you do it. But that's a lot of YouTubers have copied his thing there, and that's what they do. And they really just ruin cars instead of saving them. But anyway, so that's what my channel's about, guys. I know it's kind of boring. Some, you know, I won't get big views like Vice Grip Garage or anything, but you know, the car's more important to me than that. And I got to make money on this stuff. You know, they don't give a shit. They'll pay $5 grand for a car, drive it. It's junk when they get it home. Who cares? They made 20 grand off YouTube, so they don't give a shit. But no, I can't do that. So anyway, just rambling. But that's what my channel's about. In case I got some new people. But yeah, if you want to see a car from start to finish, this is the channel. It won't disappear. And never mentioned again. That's the other thing too. It'd be different if they say, oh yeah, you know that, you know, Firebird there, yeah, it's in the back, we'll restore it someday, or, you know, I sold it, or, you know, did something to it. But no, just nothing. It's like, well, what happened to it? So, anyway, that's the difference in my channel. I said when I started my channel, I wanted to be different and show everything. But anyway, okay guys, well, check out the car cover. It looks like it'll be pretty good. And we'll see y'all next video. Thanks everybody for watching.